Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Wholesale with Joe. I'm your host, Devin Hager. I'm really excited for this video. I'm going to teach you how to find the best motivated sellers to call, to text, and to do stop buys on. One of the things that I did in the beginning of my business was I did a lot of stop buys, did a lot of driving for dollars, and did a lot of stop buys as well. And stop by pre-foreclosures, stop by people that fall under multiple categories of motivation. So I'm going to show you how to do that so that you can be able to talk to the most motivated sellers out there. And so you get good leads and get good appointments and get good contracts to make tens of thousands of dollars in your wholesale deals. So I appreciate you joining me. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and we're going to hop on batch leads. So I've been using batch leads for 3 years. So I'll show you in my list that I currently have. I've got a big list. So I cover 3 counties. Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie County are the main counties that I cover. I do some deals in Okeechobee and a few other counties surrounding, but most of my business in 3 counties I just mentioned. So in my system, I've got over 71,000 addresses. So there's a lot, obviously a lot of people in here that to filter through. So obviously we're not calling like we've called all these people, we go through all these lists, but 71,000 addresses is a lot. So what I want to do is to break it down to a list that you can stack at a high level. So you're going to get more people that fall under multiple categories of motivation. Like I said, the typical categories of motivation that our best list to contact are obviously people that are in pre-foreclosure, people that are tax delinquent, they're behind on their property taxes, people that have liens against their property, people that have code violations, so the property's not being taken care of. And then obviously equity is a big one. You want to make sure people have equity in their deals. And then you want to make sure vacant properties are great too, tired landlords. People, those are typically people that have owned rentals for 7 years or longer. And that's kind of the time frame that landlords like to sell their properties. And yeah, and obviously I try to stay under the 300 to $400,000 price range, and that's going to obviously vary depending upon which market you're in. But in my market, the average priced home that we do business in is between 250 and 350. So we try to find leads in that realm. So I'm going to break this down real quick. So I guess I got 71,000 addresses. So I want to create a stacked list that I can call them and text them and then do stop bys if they don't answer. So I'm going to filter this list. I want to try to get between 200 and 300 people on my list. So I'm going to filter it. And so there's like 22 different categories here. So I'm gonna try 5 people that fall under 5 or more categories of motivation. And in the beginning, when you don't have a ton of addresses, like I said, this is my driving for dollars list, code violation, liens list, tax delinquent, pre-foreclosure. So in the beginning, you want to make sure to have like 2 or 3 so you can gather at least a list of 50 to 100 people that you can call, text, and do stop buys on. So I got obviously a large count of 22 and I got a lot of addresses. So let's see how many addresses that we can get with people under 5 categories of motivation. So so we're at 4,000. So I'm going to filter even more. Let's go up to a list of 7. 4,000 is still a lot of people. Let's see. Let's do 7. See how many people we get. Perfect. Okay. So we've got 230 addresses in here. So when I create my stop by list, so I mentioned it in another video. The very first deal that I did, I went out to my market and I started driving around and doing driving for dollars. I wanted to collect a database of thousands of addresses. So I was driving, man, 8 hours a day, 8, 10 hours a day. And what I was doing in the process is that I was stopping by pre-foreclosures. So in the main list, I had 711 pre-foreclosures. So I'm going to download that list and get all 711 of those. And then after hitting those lists, I'm going to hit my stack list. And I've got 230. So what I would do is that when I mapped out my day, I would map out, okay, I'm going to go do driving for dollars in this area because there's a lot of pre-foreclosures and there's a lot of people that are under stack lists. So I can map them out. I would go to Google Earth, and when you ping a property, so when I go to a property, I can drop a pin on it and then I can save it. So I want to make sure it's connected to my phone so then I can map out, okay, I'm gonna start at the top of where I'm going and then work my way down back to where I'm staying or living or wherever you're at. So that was my strategy. And it worked really well. So like honestly, when I started doing driving for dollars and hitting pre-foreclosures, after the third day, I hit a pre-foreclosure deal and me and the guy hit it off really well. He'd been pretty grumpy and frustrated with all the other people stopping by, but I was able to help him and kind of help him understand what his situation was. And we were able to get a wholesale deal and we made $26,000 on that deal. So it was a great win. So yeah, honestly, I'm a big fan of stacking lists. I'm a big fan of doing stop buys. One of the best strategies, especially if people aren't home, is putting sticky notes on their doors saying, "Hey, my name is Devin Hager. I noticed your house. I'm actually interested in buying it. I like buying houses in this area. So please call me back to see if you have any interest in selling." So callbacks are obviously hit or miss, but it's good to leave sticky notes. I know other wholesalers, especially beginners, that are having a lot of success doing that. And man, it's a numbers game. You knock a couple hundred doors, you can get a deal. That'll change your life. Like I said, $26,000 on one deal that completely changed my business. It changed my life to realize like, man, I not only have done this for other people, working for other wholesaling companies and investment companies, but I did this for myself. So it really gives you the confidence to say, hey, start talking to people. Like I said, call them, text them, go knock on their door. And like I said, you can make tens of thousands of dollars per deal doing this. And then you can build up your business to where you can do obviously higher quality marketing campaigns to where you're doing Google ads and then you're doing paper leads are a good source at times as well, and then direct mail and then hiring out cold callers and texters to do that stuff for you. And then you can slowly build up your business to then generate hundreds and hundreds of leads per month to be able to make upwards of hundreds of thousands a month if you build up your business right. So I hope this video helps. Like I said, this is a great way to start your wholesale journey. Go out, start driving for dollars, and then knock on the pre-foreclosures and the stack lists that are available in the areas you're going to and get contracts. So please comment any advice or anything you like or questions you have for me. I love giving advice. I love to help people in their journey because I wanted that same help when I started. And it's always important to obviously try to find mentors and people that can help you in your journey. So thank you so much for joining Devin with Wholesale with Joe. Please like and subscribe, and I'll keep throwing content at you. Thank you so much.